Minasan, Hirito desu, and welcome back to another video. Now today what we're gonna do is that we're gonna discuss and analyze a death battle between Luffy and Naruto. Because a lot of people, for some reason, they keep asking who would win between Luffy and Naruto, or Ichigo and Naruto, or Ichigo and Luffy. Well, today we're gonna start with Luffy and Naruto. I will do the rest as well, like Ichigo Naruto, Ichigo Luffy, right? I'm gonna be focusing on the big three. But I'll be doing Ichigo once I've watched Bleach. Yes, I haven't watched Bleach yet. Anyway, the way I'll be analyzing this is not like the way Screw Attack or, you know, those guys from Dead Battle do it. Like, I don't know how to program. Anyway, the way I'll be doing is I'll just be analyzing their stats, their powers, and like their abilities and their forms, right? And pitting them against each other. For example, we have base Luffy episode 1 versus base Luffy versus base Naruto episode 1, right? So, base Luffy in episode 1, as we all know, Luffy is a rubber man, bullets and cannons don't affect him, but anything that can cut will, like a sword, a knife, or scissors, right? And we've seen a glimpse of his power from base mode when he defeated a Sea King or Sea Monster with one punch, to show you how strong he was, right? He can stretch, and that's something. Now, base Naruto episode 1 didn't do much. Like, he didn't have much. Of course, he controlled kunai, he had some chakra, he had the nine tails inside of him, but he didn't know. But that's about it. The thing about Naruto is that he didn't know any jutsu at that point in time except for the sexy jutsu, which wouldn't do shit against Luffy. And of his clone jutsu, he couldn't pass it. He didn't know how to create a clone. But by the end of the episode, he defeated a Chunin. Now, in Naruto, if you don't know what a Chunin is, the way the ninjas are, their hierarchy, you know, you start in the academy, then you become a genin. After the genin, you become a chunin. And after chunin, you become a jonin. The jonin are like the top class shinobis, the top class ninjas. They are the ones that, for example, like, you know, of course, you must have heard about Kakashi if you haven't seen Naruto anyway. You must have heard about Kakashi. Now, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura are three genin in Kakashi's team. Each team is headed by a jonin, which is Kakashi, for example, right? So, Naruto managed to defeat a Chunin by the end of the episode 1, and Naruto hasn't graduated from the academy by then. And the way he did it was by learning and mastering a forbidden jutsu created by Tobirama Senju, the second Hokage, called the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Now, the Shadow Clones and clones are way different, because clones are just there, you know, they don't have a physical, you can see them like, for example, like a clone of me, but they don't do shit. You know, they can move and stuff, but like they're to distract, they don't attack, they don't do anything. But a shadow clone has like a physical body. It can attack, you can touch it, that kind of stuff. What attacks Naruto can do, a shadow clone can also do. You understand? The only difference is that if you attack them, like for example, let's say you stab them in the heart, for example, what they do, they poof out. That's the stuff about shadow clones. But it all depends on the durability and on the chakra control of the user. Now, since Naruto at base in episode 1 didn't have much chakra control, of course the shadow clones won't be that durable. But later on, for example, in the 4th Grand Ninja War, we saw that a shadow clone from Naruto, the shadow clone got hit with 2 meteors. He managed to defend against a freaking forest emerging right in front of him, and he still came out without like, of course he was injured, but he still came out. Like, the durability of that shadow clone is way beyond episode 1, right? So in episode 1, at the end, Naruto managed to create 100 shadow clones. Now, base Luffy episode 1 versus base Naruto episode 1, base Luffy would actually defeat Naruto, but with mid difficulty. Reason being, like I said, 100 shadow clones, but they are not that durable. Like, of course, he defeated that Chunin, but mostly because he took him by surprise, of course. And the guy was a bit scared when he saw all those shadow clones, you understand? So that's the thing. He wasn't able to defeat against all of them. But now Luffy has the ability to take out those shadow clones. So in the first part, Luffy would defeat Naruto in the first part. Now, base Luffy versus base Naruto 100 episodes later. Now, this is a different story, because 100 episodes later, of course, Luffy would go on to defeat guys like Buggy, Alvida, Don Krieg, that dude from Usopp's Island that keeps pushing up his glasses like this. He defeats him as well. To show you a bit about how Luffy has gone and experienced battles and stuff against big pirates. And now, and by episode 100, he's on his way to fight Crocodile, right? And we see later on that he defeats Crocodile, and even as he defeats him, it was pretty surprising as well, because what Luffy did, he punched Crocodile and he basically punched him through bedrock. He destroyed bedrock with his punches to show you how strong Luffy has become. Now, that's Luffy's strength. As for Naruto, by episode 100, Naruto has gone on to learn how to use his chakra, like to stand on water or stand on walls. Like, for example, literally, he could stand like this on a wall, okay? Now, he learned that. Yeah, he could walk on water, walk on walls, basically defy gravity, perform the summoning jutsu. Now, the summoning jutsu was a bit hard. The thing about the summoning jutsu when Naruto was performing it is that back then, he needed to have a lot of chakra control on the jutsu itself and on his chakra. Because whenever he performed the summoning jutsu, he would actually summon a small toad, okay? It was Gamakichi right back then, I think. Yeah, it was Gamakichi that he kept summoning, the small toad, instead of the big one, Gamabuta, I think. Now, it's only in tough situations when he actually summoned the big toad. Like, for example, when he fought Gaara. And that fight also showed his potential as a shinobi, because once he summoned the big toad, he also managed to transform it to look like the nine-tailed fox. Of course, yeah? Now, that's one thing. The other thing is that he learned the Rasengan. He learned and mastered the Rasengan at a very young age. Now, to remember one thing, Luffy has 16 years old by now, 16 or 17, whereas Naruto has 12. Now, what I'm about to say is that in base mode, Naruto, 100 episodes later, would defeat base Luffy 100 episodes later. The simple reasons why. Now, one of the main reasons is because Naruto, in 100 episodes later, is actually capable of strategizing much better than Luffy. Luffy is the type of guy that would just move on with his feelings, maybe back then, right? He would move on with his feelings, he would be very reckless in fights, he would just storm right in, just be like, okay, I'm gonna beat him up, that's all. Naruto does that shit too, but Naruto actually strategizes, he plans stuff out at a certain level, okay? He's not that high up, of course he just runs up and it'd be like Rasengan, but in the fight with Kabuto, when he was defending Tsunade, it was actually shown how he was thinking in the battle. Kabuto would have killed Naruto at that point in time. Of course, Kabuto was strong enough to defeat him. He was strong enough to fight Tsunade, although Tsunade hasn't fought for a long time and she basically freaked out when she saw blood. But as for Naruto, he predicted how Kabuto would come and attack. He stopped Kabuto from moving, and he knew that he couldn't perform the Rasengan in a normal way. So, he actually planned out how to perform to use the Rasengan. He created another shadow clone and created the Rasengan and managed to attack Kabuto and actually injure him. Now, that's the thing about Naruto, right? Also, we later find out that Naruto also, because of the nine tails inside of him, he also has regenerative powers, right? He can regenerate at a slow speed at the beginning, but he has regenerative powers to some extent. So, base Naruto 100 episodes later would win against Luffy. Now, Gear Second Luffy versus Naruto Tails Cloak 1. Yeah, Naruto Tails Cloak 1. What I'm saying is the one without the one tail. It's just the tail cloak. You know, when his eyes turn, look like the nine tails, his whiskers go in some shape, and he actually improves in battle. Of course, this video is gonna be long, but anyway, just stay here. Anyway, okay, Gear Second Luffy versus Nine Tails Cloak 1 Naruto. I'm just gonna say it straight. Luffy would beat Naruto in this round. For a simple fact, because first of all, Luffy in Gear Second is quite fast. He's very fast. Like basically, from what we've seen, he's faster than the eye could see. Now, about this battle, why I say Luffy would win, of course, is because of his speed. But one thing, the battle could actually go either way, basically. Because the thing about Luffy is that when he first learned Gear Second, he wasn't able to keep it up that much. You understand? But he could keep it up to some extent. And for the simple fact that he is faster than Naruto, he could defeat him. But Naruto has the better durability in Nine Tails Cloak 1 Naruto, as we've seen in the fight with Sasuke. I mean, Sasuke was just throwing the guy around, and once, at a certain point, Sasuke just brought Naruto down head first, right? Naruto, like, I don't understand how Naruto's neck did not crack at that point in time. Naruto still came back and started beating the shit out of Sasuke. So, durability-wise, Naruto is better at that point in time, but Luffy has more stamina. The only difference is that Luffy could... his Gear Second could run out faster. But he's fast. So with that speed and with the attack of the with the strength of those punches with the speed, as we've seen against as he fought Rob Lucci of CP9, Luffy would win in this battle. So Luffy has it. Now, Gear 3rd Luffy versus One-Tail Naruto. One-Tail Naruto would definitely win. For the simple fact that Gear 3rd is just enhancing, like, making your arm bigger. And once you punch with it, once Luffy punches with it, he would become a kid. He would turn into... He just get small. He become a kid, okay? Naruto would easily take out. Like, you could easily dodge that. You could easily dodge Gear 3rd punch. So, Naruto would win this one. And this is One-Tail Naruto, okay? Then, now we're going to base post-time skip Luffy versus base post-time skip Naruto. Straight up, Luffy would win. Why? Because of Haki. Luffy has learned Haki at this point, okay? Naruto, of course, he's learned a few jutsus, he's grown bigger, he can strategize better, but the thing is, Luffy, his arsenal is greater than Naruto at this point. The only thing he has is the Rasengan, that is all. So, Luffy would win this one. So, then next we have Gear 2nd post-time skip Luffy versus Four Tails Naruto. Now, of course, at this point in time, people will be like, oh, okay, here's the thing, Luffy has Haki, you know, nothing can penetrate Haki. Actually, things can penetrate Haki. There are things that were shown that it could. Luffy was actually injured by another Haki user. Yeah, that's one. That is one. But at this point in time, his Haki, armor Haki wasn't at the very strong level. He basically just learned how to use it. Yeah, he's good with it. He's very skilled with it. But he's actually up against Four Tails Naruto. Now, Four Tails Naruto went head to head with Orochimaru. He actually damaged Orochimaru to a certain extent. Of course, Orochimaru was easily fighting back against the Four Tails Naruto. But he did do a lot of damage, and he could shoot a mini-tail beast bomb. Yeah, he could actually shoot one of those. There is no way that Luffy could defend himself against that tail beast bomb. As we've seen, Luffy, even though with Haki, he doesn't have Haki all over his body. He could just do it over his arms, maybe forehead. The forehead was basically, okay, not really forehead, because that was, Ramtesh Rosa. We're just at the beginning now. And maybe legs, that is all. But when it comes to the head and the chest and stomach and back, Luffy can defend. A tail beast bomb would easily finish him. And the nine tails, the tails, yeah? We've seen what damage it can do. The damage that it did to Sakura. Sakura is a medical ninja. She was struggling to heal herself. Okay, she was struggling. And they'll come at me like saying, oh, but Sakura is using, shut up. Sakura was throwing about Tsunade, okay? Sakura was a straight up amazing medical ninja, and she was having a hard time healing herself from just that one hit. Now imagine hitting Luffy. Now, in this one, I'm going with Naruto. Now, Gear 3rd post-time skip Luffy versus Sage Mode Naruto. This is gonna be a harder one now, because now Gear 3rd post-time skip Luffy doesn't become a kid anymore. So, after using that punch, we actually saw now, he can coat it with Haki and actually use two arms now. He can make the Gear 3rd in both arms. You understand that? It's not with just arm anymore, it's both of them. Now, Gear 3rd Luffy, he doesn't necessarily have to stay in Gear 3rd. You know, Gear 3rd, he only use it like once or twice, yeah, against Naruto. But the thing about Siege Mode Naruto is that Siege Mode Naruto, now, he has nature on his side. Not only that, but the Rasen Shuriken. That's what I wanted to get at, the Rasen Shuriken. I actually wanted to speak about this for so long, because a lot of people don't seem to understand. The Rasen Shuriken attacks the person to the molecular level. You understand? Now, when you say the molecular level, the first thing that should come to your mind is molecules. Now, everything in existence has molecules. No matter if you're coated with the strongest, the strongest shield in the existence or whatever, it will still attack it. Because that's what the Rasen Shuriken is. Kakashi said it himself. Now, the Rasen Shuriken itself would actually damage Luffy with Haki. Even if he coated his whole body with Haki, the Rasen Shuriken would damage him. Because the Rasen Shuriken would basically attack him all throughout his body. Like I said, Luffy can't protect his whole body. Can't coat his whole body with Haki. So the Rasen Shuriken would destroy him. Yeah, not only that, but he would even attack Luffy with Haki, whether he had it or not. Now, not only that, but Sage mode. I said Naruto has Sage and basically nature energy on his side, and we've seen Naruto actually taught well about it. He strategized when he fought Pain. He actually kept some shadow clones behind him, like, you know, he kept some shadow clones to gather up Sage energy so that whenever he needs them, whenever he needs them, it will just, if he can just summon them to go back into Sage mode. So he doesn't really have a limit of how long he can use Sage mode. Of course, a limit personally, but he can call up Shadow Clone, you know? That's the thing. So Naruto would take this one. Next, Gear 4th Bounce Man versus KCM1 Naruto. Now, KCM1 Naruto was when he basically went inside himself. He fought the Nine Tails and took control of the Nine Tails chakra. That's when his body first caught up in flames. You know, it looked like it was in flames. Now, again, this type of chakra, they actually explain a bit about it. This type of chakra actually kind of connected to nature. Not to a very huge extent, but there was some connection. Okay, my bad. No, there was no connection. It was only when he was punching the Zetsus, like when he's defeating the Zetsu, they were turning to trees because they actually have some kind of nature energy inside of them. Now, Luffy in this mode, you know, Bounce Man, he can fly. His durability is immense. His destructive powers is immense. Yeah, that's the thing. But it doesn't last long. That's the problem. When he enters into Gear 4, basically he has an explosion of Haki combined with his Devil Fruit powers. Now, at a certain time, you know, he has a limit. So once the limit comes off, he cannot use Haki for 10 minutes. Now, if Naruto can will manage to fight Luffy, like to keep him fighting until he gets to that point, Luffy is out. Because for 10 minutes, he cannot use Haki. Whether he's in Gear 2nd or Gear 3rd, he can use Haki. But it won't get to that point. It might actually, because of Luffy's destructive powers and also flight and durability. But KCM1 Naruto, again, combining the Tail Beast Chakra with his Rasengan, his Rasen Shuriken, will do a lot of damage. And other than that, he doesn't need to summon Shadow Clones anymore to create the Rasengan or the Rasen Shuriken. He can easily create them with extra hands, because now he can summon Chakra hands and create Rasen Shurikens, you understand, and Rasengan. That's the thing. And also his speed, he's way faster now. His senses have expanded. So what I'm going to say is that this fight can actually go either way. The one thing about KCM1 Naruto is that his durability hasn't gone up that much from Sage Mode Naruto. It hasn't gone up that much. Yeah? So the punches from Luffy will do a lot of damage, especially with Haki. So this fight could actually go either way. So I'm going to put it as a draw. Now, Gear 4th Tankman versus KCM2 Naruto. Gear 4th Tankman is basically the top level of durability and defense that Luffy has. When he fought Cracker in Whole Cake Island, he used Tankman to fight him and defeat him. Right? Tankman is just basically the normal Bounce Man, but is just heavier and has bigger defense. Now it's versus KCM2 Naruto. Now KCM2 Naruto, this is where he teams up with Kurama, and he can basically bring out a chakra form of the Nine Tails, you understand? And his powers grow immensely. Now, with having Kurama like that outside, he can produce a Tail Beast Bomb. Not a mini Tail Beast Bomb like the Four Tails, but an actual huge-ass Tail Beast Bomb that could literally destroy a mountain range. Okay? Now, Luffy, there's no way Luffy can survive that. There's no way Luffy will be able to survive that. Now, from here on out, things will be getting really hectic for One Piece fans. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. First of all, this battle, Naruto wins. Now, Gear 4th Snake Man versus KCM2 plus Sage Mode Naruto. Now, KCM2 plus Sage Mode is basically when Kurama lets Naruto to combine his Sage Mode with Kurama Chakra Mode 2. Okay? Now, where again, combined with the Tail Beast Chakra, he has nature on his side again. And Snake Man for Luffy is, just think of it as Gear 4th Bounce Man combined with Gear 2nd. That's what basically Stickman is. This speed is immense, and Luffy now can stay at a distance and fight. He doesn't really need to get close to the opponent anymore. He can just stay at a distance and fight. Like we've seen his Black Mamba, his King Cobra, Python. Python basically just Python follows the opponent. If you can dodge, like we've seen Katakuri, there were certain moments where even Katakuri, who could see into the future, could not dodge those attacks. So this right here, you can see that KCM 2 plus Sage Mode Naruto is basically like Katakuri, because the Sage Mode is just like an observation haki. His senses are immense, not to mention with the Tail Beast mode. Now, the thing about this, if Naruto, Tail Beast Bomb again will do damage to Luffy, but if Luffy can manage to get Naruto in time with those punches, Naruto will lose. I'm telling you, Naruto will actually lose. So the thing about this right here, like I said, it goes either way. If Naruto can keep fighting Luffy for a long period of time until Luffy again reaches his limit, then Naruto will be able to win. But if not, Luffy can win. Now, like I said, this one will also go in a draw. Of course, Naruto's power levels are higher, but still. Now, since Gear 4 Snake Man was the last form that Luffy has, we're gonna do things differently now. We're gonna go to Wano Luffy. Now, when I say Wano Luffy, I'm talking about, okay, some people, I'm gonna talk to where the manga is right now. You know, in the manga, he's fighting Kaido and that kind of stuff. He learned a new technique with Haki where he can destroy the opponent or something from the inside. You understand? Now, that's Wano Luffy. So when I'm saying Wano Luffy, it can be Bounce Man, it can be Snake Man, it can be Tank Man, but basically Wano with the new technique. Now, Wano Luffy also he still has that limit problem. He hasn't gone past it yet. He still has that limit problem. And with the way we've seen things, one under Bagua hit from Kaido took out Luffy instantly. Yeah? So, what I'm gonna say here is, of course, let's take into account that now Luffy can use Conqueror's Haki without any problems. You understand? But Conqueror's Haki would not work on Naruto. The reason why I'm saying that, and I know people are already hating me for this statement, is because Conqueror's Haki only works on people that are not strong enough. I know it's not canon, but it happened. Douglas's Bullet Conqueror's Haki didn't take out the worst generation. Even though the worst generation were so much weaker than him. Yeah? It didn't take him out. Of course. So, because they were strong enough. Even in the war, Luffy's Conqueror's Haki didn't take out everyone. The Admirals was still there, Whitebeard was still there, freaking Marco and the other guys were still there. You know, not all of them, it was just the weaker Marines and the weaker pirates, but everyone else still stood up. Now, are you telling me that Naruto's as weak as a freaking Marine? Hell no. So, we're gonna put Wano Luffy right now against Six-Pack Sage Mode Naruto. We all know what's gonna happen. Six-Pack Sage Mode Naruto will win. Now, of course, you're gonna be like, but wait, you said that he has that attack that it can destroy someone from the inside. Yes, I did say that. But Six-Pack Sage Mode has the advantage with flight. Of course, he can fly with Luffy can fly with Gear 2 as well, Gear 4, Bounce Man. But not only that, now Luffy has the Truth Seeker Orbs and those black rods. Of course, we're like, but now Luffy doesn't have chakra. He doesn't. But the Truth Seeker Orbs don't really attack chakra that much. Of course, it does attack chakra, but they have other stuff like amazing defense. I'm sorry, guys, but the Truth Seeker Orbs have greater defense than the Haki. That's true. They have so much. The thing about the Truth Seeker Orbs is not just that they're made for defense, but also offense. Like, they can turn people to dust. Like, you're literally disintegrated. Once they touch you, you're gone. That's it. If they touch Luffy, boom, finish. He's gone. Now, another thing that you need to think about this moment, from this point forward, things are gonna be very bad for Luffy. The reason why I'm saying is this: I haven't mentioned this for a long period of time because I just wanted to get to this point. His Shadow Clone Jutsu. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you guys have forgotten about it. I didn't want to mention it because I wanted to just get to this point. You guys are gonna, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna, but Luffy actually defeated 2,000 Marines when he entered, when he went to save Robin. I forgot the island where they went to save her, but it was Marineford, Impel Down, and I forgot the other name. Anyway, I forgot the other island, but you get the point. Yeah, he defeated 2,000 Marines who didn't have any shit except for guns and swords. Yes, he did. He defeated them in base. I know. So now he has powers. But how the hell you see? If you haven't seen the fight with Kage, you really need to see it. How the hell do you think that Wano Luffy will be able to take out 100 6-pass Sage Mode Narutos? 100. Like I told you, Naruto's in base mode, right? In base post time skip. Let's just in the 4th Ninja War, Naruto could take on 2 freaking meteors and still survive. Of course, there were certain jutsus that protected him and stuff, but he took on all of those, like the forced emergence jutsu from Madara, the fights with all the other Kages, because he fought some Kages there too, and also the 2 meteors, and he still stayed in base. Now imagine 6-pass Sage Mode. Come on, guys. 6-pass Sage Mode would take him out. Would take Luffy out. I'm sorry, unless Luffy manages to touch him some way, or punch him in some way that he could use that destruction from the inside stuff, then Naruto would win. And if he touches the right one, because I don't know how Luffy is gonna tell which Naruto is the real Naruto, because as we've seen, he can shift the truth seekers to other shadow clones. So Naruto wins this one. Next, Wano Luffy versus base Naruto the last. Wano Luffy would actually win. Wano Luffy would actually win. Of course, base Naruto the last, as we've seen, he can now use his Tail Beast chakra to another extent, where it would just come into like an arm and then just punch with it or something like that. He doesn't need to get a whole Tail Beast power out of it. But anyway, Wano Luffy would actually win in this point against Naruto. Of course, yeah. Anyway, Luffy wins. Then, Wano Luffy versus 6-pass Sage Mode Naruto the last. Come on, 6-pass Sage Mode Naruto the last. Come on. Wano Luffy loses. Then Wano Luffy versus Hokage Naruto. From here on out, we just have Wano Luffy versus Hokage Naruto. Wano Luffy versus base Hokage Naruto. Yeah. So Wano Luffy versus base Hokage Naruto. Wano Luffy versus 6-pass Sage Mode Hokage Naruto, and Wano Luffy versus Baryon Mode Naruto. All these 3 fights, Naruto takes them. That's just the thing. Naruto takes them, and you know why. Yeah. Even from base Naruto the last, when Wano Luffy won, I know Naruto could use the shadow clones as well over there, but there's a chance that that Luffy could actually tell them apart from that certain point. There's a chance. Whereas with if he was to use the 6-pass Sage Mode, no, he wouldn't. And come on, the other ones, Hokage Naruto, 6-pass Sage Mode, Hokage Naruto, and Baryon Mode. Come on. So right now, what we have is there were 16 dead battles in total, and out of all the dead battles, we have Luffy would win 4. Luffy won 4 out of all the dead battles. Those being base Luffy episode 1 versus base Naruto episode 1, Gear 2nd Luffy versus Ninetales Cloak 1, the Naruto. Okay, then base post time skip Luffy versus base post time skip Naruto, and finally he won Wano Luffy versus base Naruto the last. Then Naruto won 10. Naruto won 10 out of these dead battles with 2 draws. There are 2 draws, which are Gear 4 Bounce Man versus KCM1 Naruto, and Gear 4 Snake Man versus KCM2 plus Sage Mode Naruto, where I said that the battle could go either way. So there you have it, folks. Naruto will decimate Luffy. That's just right it. Of course, Luffy still has time to grow, with Gear 5th being teased that it might come. So we don't know how Gear 5th will be, what is going to happen. Of course, until One Piece ends, we never know what Oda might bring out. Of course, Gear 5 might come. There might be another power that shows up. We never know. Whereas for Naruto, we don't know if he will still be able to fight after what's going on in the manga in Boruto. But one thing I'm sure of, Baryon Mode Naruto will be very, very tough to beat. Because as we all know, a single kick from Baryon Mode Naruto will take out your lifespan. So, We don't know how Luffy would fare against Baryon Mode Naruto even with Gear 5. Unless we see some new kind of power up. We're gonna see. Because One Piece is still going. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, don't hesitate to comment, like, and subscribe. I'm sorry for taking half an hour of your life, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. So, until next time lads, I've been Hirito, and I'll see you all in the next video. Johnny!